Hey, we're live. Welcome into another episode of the WTH podcast. I'm Nate, and it's 2023. That's Jason and Kareem. Hey,
Happy New
guys.
Year.
What's up?
Oh, so much is up. Adjust my camera there. Yeah, it's been a while. But the holidays are kind of a thing. And I'm really glad that we're doing this remotely and not at the studio because it's raining like fucking crazy out there. And I'm just as happy I'm not out in it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So let's go back. Let's go back a bit. We haven't been together since Christmas. So let me ask you guys, how was your Christmas, Jason? What about you? Was it a good time?
Yes. Christmas was great. But I'd say Christmas was great. I went and visited my cousin Daniel. I went to his house. Saw family. Got a, sorry, I'm looking at the dog. Of course, like all of a sudden it seems like she needs to go potty now.
It's the dog, Jason's dog.
Yeah, sorry. My dog is all of a sudden has been sleeping for the last hour and a half, 2 hours, and is now up and sniffing around. Anyhow, so we did a gift exchange, but it was like it's what's the blind Santa
White elephant?
Secret Santa.
Oh, Secret Santa. Okay.
Yeah, that way because we did white elephant for a couple of years, but people got some people got good gifts for people, but then some people got some really truly awful gifts, and people that weren't necessarily happy to be playing the game that way, like like oh yeah, now I got this tab soda that I'm not going to drink for sure. So we did Secret Santa where people had like a $50 limit, and could get a gift. I ended up getting a gift when I opened it up. It's usually $129, $130, and I was like, I should not have gotten this gift. Somebody, thank you for whoever got this, but you definitely went way over. I didn't let on at first because I didn't want to make it awkward. But I definitely was like, couldn't believe that I got what I got. Eventually I was told that they didn't go over and that they got a really good deal on slickdeals.com. And I was like, I still find it hard to believe because I get all those notices on Slick Deals. But
you're a nice guy. You're a nice guy.
Say thank you.
No, I said thank you. Kept moving. But my stepdad didn't show up. He was supposed to be there, and that was who I had. He didn't show up. So he didn't, anyhow. I didn't get to see his face when he saw, like, I got him tickets to a car show that he always goes to every year.
Oh, okay.
Cool.
So.
Very nice.
Yeah, that was my New Year's. My Christmas. My New Year's, real quick, I was out in the storm on New Year's Eve. Like, I was driving on the 99 at 2 o'clock in the afternoon. Like, and it was nuts going there. We did not know how nuts it was going to eventually get that day. And it took us 2.5 hours to drive from Oakdale yesterday, like after 7. It was nuts.
it was crazy out there.
How did you come back?
We went up. The 99 was open to Stockton, to the what is that? To the 4, I think. Where the 4 and into the 5.
Okay. Because I'm watching all day people stuck in the water.
Yeah. No, I wasn't even gonna go on 99, but Google said it was okay, and like it was showing everywhere that wasn't not okay, reliably. So. Yeah, it was crazy though. Like it was nuts. There's a lot of water out there, especially in the farmland area. We had to be careful driving back.
Well, and they had a couple levee breaks too.
Yeah.
So that was part of that. Kareem, what about you? How was your Christmas?
Christmas was cool. It was kind of low key. I got this book about Prince. It's a book with like all of his songs and all of the stories behind all of the songs. So, and then I got Sam J tickets for May.
Okay.
And then it turns out I might not be here because I'm going to Tuskegee for one of my kids' college graduation.
Oh, wow.
Yes.
Well, that's good and bad news. College
Yes.
graduation's always good.
Yeah.
Missing
then,
out, missing out on something you get tickets for, not always great, but
Yeah.
you know.
So I had lunch with him on New Year's Eve, and he invited me, and I couldn't say no. So that was that, and then yesterday I bought a new car.
Oh, so we saw that. So this is not a company car.
Nope, this is mine.
So, just because everyone wants to know, what kind of automobile does Kareem drive?
Kareem drives. I call it the Batmobile. it's a 2019 Genesis G70.
Okay, so it looks like a Bentley.
Yeah, it has all the bells and whistles, and it looks like it was the car that was only driven by somebody that worked at the car dealership.
Gotcha.
So it only has 2,300 miles on it.
Oh, wow.
And when I say I call it the Batmobile because it actually sends out what I call a bat signal. So it flashes the Genesis symbol when you turn it off at night.
Oh, okay. There you go. That's pretty sweet. It does. It look when we sent the picture, I'm like, is that a Bentley? It looks like a Bentley.
Yeah.
Not a Fentley. Not a Chrysler 300 with some modifications.
Yeah. I was going back and forth about whether I was going to buy a car, and then I found that car, and with it being, like I said, it's totally loaded, and it only had that many miles on it, and I was like, it's a new car. I can't pass it up. And plus, last year I did so much stuff I'm always doing stuff for everybody else, and so I figured I'd get something for me this time.
I believe it's treat yourself.
Treat yourself, yes.
Treat yourself. So our Christmas was a little. We had a change of plans because we normally would go to Reading to visit family, but the family in Reading had some illnesses. Excuse me. Our niece got COVID, and my mother-in-law then got sick with something different, not COVID.
Oh.
So we ended up staying here in Sacramento for Christmas, which, double-edged sword because we missed a lot of family activities with the extended family up there, which sucks. But we got to have, Christmas morning here with the children and open up presents and stuff. But I think the most important thing you need to know is, and I have the paperwork for it right here. You now need to refer to me as Lord Nathan Raymond Darling, whereas the Highland Tides is set out part of the estate known as Kilnash, Scotland, as a scheme of souvenir plots, and has caused a common form of conveyance to be prepared. They have agreed with the Lord for the sale of a lot to me. So I am now a Scottish lord. It's right here.
Congratulations.
And here's the best part. So Kilnash, but also Glencoe. So I'm a double lord. So you need to start referring to me as such. I'm going to be expecting it, and if I don't get it, I'm going to, because I'm a lord twice over, double birds for all y'all. So
That's cool.
that's one of my cooler Christmas gifts. These headphones were a Christmas gift from my father-in-law. They're delightful, and I also got something I've been wanting for a while, and that's one of those. It is a wireless charger where you put your watch, your AirPods, and your iPhone all on one thing, and they charge. It's wonderful. So super excited for that. So that was Christmas. Christmas was good. New Year's, Jason already talked about his. Kareem, did you do anything crazy? Were you as drunk as Andy Cohen?
No, man, we were. It was still raining and whatnot over here, so we kind of laid low, and the wind was so bad.
Yeah.
The only issue I had with New Year's that it didn't rain long enough. Like I wanted it to rain past midnight because the jackasses start shooting fireworks at like 9. Like the rain stopped and they started shooting fireworks like immediately.
Yeah, the fireworks here started around 10
Yeah.
because that's about when the rain stopped. But yeah, we had, I don't know about you guys, we had a little bit of flickering lights here, but thankfully did not lose power. So that was one of the nervous moments for us.
Yeah,
Like, are we going to lose power or not?
The people across the street from us lost power. It's
A
weird.
lot of people did in a lot of different
Yeah.
places. So it was funny. The next morning, I went to Nugget Market to pick up a couple of things because Leslie made a French toast casserole, which is, by the way, delightful, using King's Hawaiian rolls as the bread. Highly recommend. And the cashier checked me out. She goes, "Do you have power back yet?" And I'm like, "We didn't lose power."
Yeah.
So very, very lucky with that. We did you guys make it through the new year? Did you see the stroke of midnight?
Yeah, because my like I said, they started shooting fireworks, and my dog doesn't do well with fireworks. So they started shooting fireworks, and she was in my lap pretty much. So
Jason, did you guys make it to midnight?
you muted yourself, man.
Yeah,
Yeah, we did make it through midnight.
there you go.
Yeah. But also with that storm, like there's like 3 trees on my street, the old ones
Right.
that fell across.
Oh, no.
Like one like right like 4 houses down from me, like completely crushed a ridge line, like completely crushed it, like and the tree went completely across the whole road, and there's at least 3, possibly 4. 3. I thought I counted 3, but I was driving. But they'd had them all cleared by the time we got there, but they were just cut off right at the edge of the street.
Yeah.
The whole stumps were there.
There's a guy down the road. His tree fell in his front yard. Luckily for him, it fell the other way. But you can see the roots sticking out of the ground.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
We're lucky our tree. I told Chris, like the tree in front of our house, because one of those old trees that would fall, or that fell down there. And I was like, well, it's gonna fall that way. I'm not too worried about it. It's gonna fall. We have to worry about we have to worry more about the tree across the street if we're gonna worry about one.
Yeah.
Yeah. So we made it to midnight, and Leslie and I had a champagne toast, and she had one glass of champagne, and I had the rest of the bottle because you can't let good champagne go to waste.
Nope.
Can't happen. That wouldn't be befitting of a lord to let champagne go to waste.
I mean, a lord probably wouldn't drink champagne, right? They'd probably be drinking scotch.
It's a New Year's toast. You're gonna have champagne. Come on. Lord drinks what he wants. By the way, Jason, I got a question for you.
Has anyone ever referred to you as a punk-ass motherfucker?
I mean, if you want me to be a punk ass motherfucker, I could.
You are a punk-ass motherfucker.
Sorry, I found that one. I'm not sorry I found that one. I'm sorry I found that one. All right. So in terms of New Year's, we have some predictions from USA Today. Here they are. Number 1, Twitter crashes and burns and slides into the ocean. Noted business genius Elon Musk's plan to improve Twitter by amplifying all the bad parts of the social media site while driving away one capable of offering a coherent non-racist thought will fail spectacularly, and the company will declare bankruptcy. He will celebrate his failure as a massive success that was hindered by woke zombies.
This is USA Today?
It is. It is USA.
I mean, like
Today.
they're kind of usually middle of the road, if not slightly conservative. Sometimes. I mean, like that's
Well, this may be. Well, there's a caption of Elon Musk carrying the sink in. It's captioned Chief Twit Elon Musk, credited to Getty News. Number 2, Donald Trump will realize the number of criminal investigations he's facing is larger than the number of hotels he owns, and with legal walls closing in, will flee to Russia aboard one of Musk's spaceships. Despite relocating, he'll continue to claim he's running for president, while also claiming he is president because the 2020 election was totally rigged. Shorts will become the new it style. After years of ridicule by lobbyists for that tyrannical trouser industry, shorts will be accepted as formal work attire. And this writer will write a column noting, as I have for years, that pants are nothing more than leg prisons.
Okay.
Eagles Bills Super Bowl with a surprise guest. That would be Lionel Messi will be the team kicker. Number 6, Kanye West will not shut up until the only people who remain on Twitter are him and Musk. After that, West will still not shut up, and neither will Musk. Number 7, the Republican plan to turn Florida Governor Ron DeSantis into a feasible post-Trump presidential candidate will fail horribly when non-Floridian Americans realize DeSantis is actually an unusually verbal and unnecessarily mean toad.
I can believe that one.
Trump from Russia will give the governor the nickname DeSantoad, and DeSantis' political career will be over. It goes on from there, but those are... by the way, it is satire. In case you can't tell, that is satire in the USA Today. Hold on one moment. Could you please take your T-Rex into the other room? Go. Do you want to go to bed? Then go in the other room. And there's the apology. Meaningless apologies. All right, so we had our New Year's Eves, but there's no New Year's Eve like a New Year's Eve at Mar-a-Lago. And I want to see if you can recognize this song and then the sound that you might be hearing in the background. Okay, do we recognize the song? It's a live performance, obviously not by the original artist.
No.
Because if that artist wasn't dead, he'd be dead now.
The sound you might have heard in the background is Coolio rolling in his grave.
Yes.
As someone is doing a cover of Gangster's Paradise at Mar-a-Lago.
Like, just like the cringiest part is watching what you know to be most likely racist white women singing the lyrics to that song. Like, there's nothing that makes me like my skin crawl. Like hearing them, watching them dance. Like I just like nothing. Like it's just so like yuck-y for me. It's just like I hate it, man. I hate it.
Kareem, how does it make you feel?
Having seen drunk white people groove to that song as much as I have, that's all I can do. Oh my goodness.
So meanwhile, there's a photo that was circulated. Here's the best part about the Mar-a-Lago New Year's Eve party. Trump invited every media outlet to come and cover New Year's Eve at Mar-a-Lago. Hold on one second. Samantha, get out of there. Ay. Yeah, nobody showed up to cover it. Nobody showed up. No, not even Newsmax would show up to cover.
I saw somebody with a cell phone take a video of some of some stuff.
That's pretty much all you got. And
That person has 120,000 followers on the gram. All right.
yeah. This is the best photo I saw, though. This is so country star Jason Aldean went there with his wife, and there's a picture, and it's captioned on Patriot Takes Twitter feed. Trump kissing Brittany Aldean at Mar-a-Lago as her husband Jason Aldean watches. And I sent this to you guys with a one-word caption, and that is cuck. Donald Trump has fully cucked a country superstar in Mar-a-Lago. Now, I don't like to use that word because it's ridiculous and stupid normally, but I think it applies in this case. I believe it totally applies in this case.
Oh yeah. He like looked at him and I'm like, man, nah, that's just not cool.
I mean, it was a kiss on the forehead. So, I mean, it wasn't on the lips, so it wasn't that. But
he's not her dad or her uncle. No.
No, he's not. And he had a vantage point to look down at her boobs, which I'm sure he did.
Well, and I think that he was Mr. Aldean was probably more upset with the fact that his wife was looking up, ready to kiss him full on the mouth. You know what I mean? She looked up. She was looking up to kiss too. You know, like Trump. To be fair, kissed her on the forehead, but she was ready for a kiss on the mouth.
She has her eyes closed. She has his hands on her shoulders, and she has one hand up on his hand. It's really fucking creepy. And then there's a dude, I'm guessing Secret Service, who is in the background just standing there, just like, looking on board, like, oh God.
My nephew, who's liberal, is gonna see this, and he's gonna fucking tell everyone that I'm working for Trump now. Fuck.
How do you celebrate it? Well, Donald Trump, he's not on Twitter, even though he's been allowed back. He's not on Twitter because he has his own thing, Truth Central. He truthed out, "Happy New Year to all the radical left Democrats, Marxist lunatics, China-loving Coco Chow and her obedient husband Mitch, and clueless rhinos who are working so hard to destroy our once happy great country." Or our once great country, sorry. More importantly, Happy New Year to the incredible, brave, and strong American patriots who built, love, and cherish America. The real leaders of our country will always remain faithful and loyal to you. The USA will be back, bigger and better and stronger than ever before. God bless you all.
Oh, God.
Yeah, man. Yeah.
That was, I believe someone noted that was at 3 a.m. That I mean, he notoriously doesn't sleep, but to put that out at 3 a.m. is really quite something. He is the only person running for president in 2024 currently. Let's not forget that. So it's not like he's just private citizen. No, he's running for president. He's officially announced it. Did you have you checked out anything from his newly released tax returns, Kareem?
$1,500 was it over 2 years? 1 year he had the same amount of money spent as he made, like the exact to the dollar, and somebody was like, that never ever ever happens.
No.
And bank account in China.
Bank account in China.
Places.
Yep. Also, did not in 2020 donate. He had zero charitable contributions in 2020. And the big thing that I'm sure everybody that you know that likes Trump would point out is like, he ain't even taking a salary. He's just giving that all to charity. No.
Nope, didn't happen.
No, did not happen. But yeah, the bank account in China was kind of a big thing for people because And then, of course, we got flooded with clips of him saying that, oh, he used to have one, but that was closed a long time ago. When in fact, it was not. Not that surprising. Anywho, so I'm still on Twitter at Nate Darling if you want to follow me. So I'm still there because I'm still following a lot of sports writers and the like. I haven't abandoned it for any of the other number of Mastodon or what is it? Post is another one. Tribal. There's too many. That's the problem. Yeah. And the problem I'm having, and I'm having to go through and I'm having to mute every single Republican crazy out there that's in office. Marjorie Taylor Greene, Thomas Massey. The list goes on.
I'm trying to figure out how I got to all of these fuckers. I'm not following any of them, but I'm getting all of their stuff.
Well, normally what you'll see is a little thing that's like, oh, so-and-so and so-and-so follows. So I'm subjected to a lot of them because John Cena follows everybody.
Yeah.
I'm convinced he never actually looks at a Twitter feed. He just followed people random because he follows me.
Yeah.
So it's like that, or a reporter I know, somebody who works in news who follows people just because. So I had to mute Carrie Lake. Like, I'm just going to be too tempted to just throw out a flame for no reason. That doesn't do me any good. It doesn't do the world any good. And it's just a waste of my time. So I've just been muting these people like crazy, which then leads to me having a bunch of the people that I do follow reposting and sharing stuff like that, and I'll just see this tweet is not visible, or this tweet is from someone you have blocked or muted. It's mostly muting with me. I haven't blocked a lot of people, but I have muted a lot of people. Rudy Giuliani has blocked me though. I'm not sure exactly how I would manage to do that, but apparently I got under that very thin skin of his. And so, yes, America's mayor is I'm no longer allowed to see his tweets. Meanwhile, TikTok is going, and there's a Christian TikToker with 300,000 followers who has a message that I think we all need to hear.
Masturbation is a form of witchcraft. See, I hope you understand that when you get attacked with sexual morality, a lot of times Christians say, oh, I'm just struggling. I. When really it's a demonic attack and you need to bind it. See, you need to look at the root of what's going on here and realize that it is not God leading you to masturbate, so therefore it is the enemy. See, the enemy knows how to stifle and how to stop intimacy. And when I say intimacy, I mean the connection that we have as daughters and sons to God, that we have to be his children, that we can talk to him. Father God, right now we come to you breaking off all sexual morality in the name of Jesus. Father God, I speak a deliverance over this daughter and son, Lord, that the enemy cannot touch them any longer with the spirit of masturbation, with the spirit of wet dreams and sleep paralysis, Father God, with the demons that try to come in and make them orgasm in their sleep, Lord. I bind it in the name of Jesus. I bind all soul ties in the name of Jesus, and I break them off of this daughter and son, Lord. Father God, if they don't have the strength to break it off themselves, I break it off of them in the name of Jesus, because your name is power. Because when we speak your name, we speak life. Because when we speak your name, the darkness has to flee.
You know, I could say something here, but I'm not going to. Because I'm sensing a lot of frustration in her voice. A lot of tension that isn't being released through the power of prayer.
Yeah, she kept talking about breaking off. I was like, girl, you do need to break it off. Shit. You need to get broke off.
I don't know what to do with that. It's, yeah.
In the name of Jesus.
And it breaks up. Yeah, of course. If you keep thinking about your parents, you're not going to masturbate.
No.
I mean,
if you are, you could be from Kentucky.
Oh
my gosh.
Let's be nice to Kentucky, Kareem, because North Carolina, they're no better. North Carolina State University announcer Gary Hahn, he was calling a game, and well, now he's not going to be doing that anymore.
And amongst all the illegal aliens down in El Paso, it's UCLA 14 and Pittsburgh 6. That's with 11:15 to go in the second quarter. Let's go to the sidelines. Tony Haynes.
Well, NC State, not a lot of depth in the secondary.
What? He's not calling a North Carolina State game. He was calling. Yeah.
Okay.
Kareem, that's your home state. That guy got suspended immediately.
He should have, dumbass.
Amongst all those illegal aliens, El Paso.
Well, the sideline reporter is like, I'm not even touching that.
I'm just moving on.
Moving on. Going to talk about the defense. Talk about the defense now. Not going to do anything else with that. Just talking about the defense. It'll be shocking for you to know that it's an old white guy.
No.
Of course.
Gary Hahn is an old white guy with old white guy white hair.
And tendencies.
We've talked sparingly about QAnon here on the podcast because I have yet to really delve into everything that goes into it. It's nutty. I'll just say that. And if you weren't sure, here is a lady who is a QAnon believer, but she has had enough and she is going to be tapping out on it. And this is what she posted.
Roll the camera. There are a lot of orbs here right now, but that's okay because nothing you say or do right now, Q, is going to stop me. Fuck off, all of you. Seriously, I quit. I quit Q and Q Army. And the reason why I quit is because on December 19th, 2022, Q refused to acknowledge my Q plus 3730. And I've been doing it for 6 years. Next year, that means I have to wait for another year. Look at all these orbs. You guys, get lost. I'm not coming back. No matter what you do right here with these orbs, just so you know, no matter what happens from here on in, Q, I'm not coming back. You're on your own. And in fact, I'm taking down the ET transmissions. Fuck you. Fuck all of you on this planet. All right, I tried to give the ET transmissions to Lara Logan. I tried to give them to Steve Bannon. Lara Logan, I got gang raped a whole bunch of times. Therefore, I'm a legit journalist. Bullshit, Lara Logan. All you can talk about is the rape at the border. You can't talk about the real pandemic of child trafficking. None of you can. And it's in my ET transmissions. Q, fuck you. I'm telling you, Q, the minute I see you, I'm going to punch you in the temple so goddamn hard, it's going to knock you out. It didn't have to be this way. It never had to be this way.
Didn't.
During the sinking of Atlantis, the Archons took over, and that's how long it's taken you to get back here and do anything at all. And even though you've gotten back here and you sucked everybody into all of this for this long, nothing has happened. No arrests, nothing. We've got yet another election stolen. No! No, Q! No! No matter what happens from here on in, I'm not coming back. You blew it. Next year will be 7 years of doing disclosure for you. Fuck you! And fuck all you orbs! Get the fuck out of my house! I seriously mean it. Get out!
Oh, man.
She needs to be broke off.
Fuck you and fuck all these orbs. Look how many orbs I have in the house.
Seriously. I mean, seriously, though, when I start seeing like 6 or 7 of them, I'm like, tonight's going to be a bad night. When I see like that 6th or 7th orb, I know shit's getting crazy.
Now, here's the problem. About 56% of Republicans actually believe in this QAnon stuff. That's the real problem. It's crazy. It's absolute batshit craziness.
Dude, it's you watch the documentary on HBO.
Yeah.
You gotta watch it. You gotta watch the documentary on HBO.
Boy.
And then I think Vice shows another one similar about finding Q. It. I've said this before. We are. You should be amazed at how many people don't want control of their lives. To the point that they're willing to give. I mean, Donald Trump, the last 6 years have proven how much people don't want control of their lives, and they're willing to give it up to anybody.
Right.
I think I'm about to start a cult.
Let's figure it out, bro. Let's do it.
Get her done. Get her done on that. Yeah, I fuck these orbs.
Fuck these orbs. She was just raging.
Oh yeah, absolutely. All right, you mentioned Trump. You brought him up. I sent you guys this TikTok video. These, I think this was taken over the summer just because of the clothes people are wearing, but it doesn't change the fact that this is kind of nutty.
Trump, and I don't care what you think.
Where does he rank in terms of other presidents?
He's number one.
Ahead of Franklin Roosevelt, who won World War II, ahead of Abe Lincoln, who won the Civil War and freed the slaves.
Number one.
He ranks up on the top. Right now, he's number one.
I think he was the best, and I think Biden is the worst.
Trump was better than Franklin Roosevelt, who won World War II, better than Abraham Lincoln, who won the Civil War and kept the country together and freed the slaves.
That was all great and good, but this is now, and we're going through different times. We're going through a different war.
For me, it's about fighting for the 2020 election. We know it was stolen. You know it was stolen.
How do you know?
I know, because I researched.
How do you know? What research?
My own research.
The New York investigation that accused Donald Trump of overinflating his assets in order to get loans. What's that all about?
Okay, I'm not here to let you demoralize my president, okay? Because Joe Biden will never be my president. He's a fake president with a fake inauguration that was not even at the White House. Joe Biden is a fraud.
I would say this is a between good and evil. There are good people in this world, and there are people in this world that do things for themselves. And so that's the war that we're at. And for me, that's why I'm here.
So the Republicans who have testified in front of Congress, like the Georgia Secretary of State, who said that, no, the election was not stolen in Georgia.
Those would be the evil people.
Well, the shirt says it all right there, dude. And, now, here's the thing. As much as we say F. Biden, it's the real... He's a front face for the WEF. He's being controlled. He doesn't even know he's being controlled.
Who's the WEF?
World Economic Forum. Klaus Schwab, Bill Gates, Jeff Bezos, George Soros.
The bum we have in there now, he's done nothing. We need Trump back. Look at the shape of our country. I mean, look at everything that he's done so far.
He killed that Al-Qaeda leader a couple of weeks ago, right?
Yeah, but so what?
So what?
They're out there. They're out there, and they're delusional. They are delusional.
Yeah.
Cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs.
Oh, man. Yeah. Yeah.
Dope.
Absolute insanity.
He's the greatest of all times.
What? That was fine. That was then. This is now. We're dealing with something else now. All right. So now we are going to deal with something else now. We're going to deal with... Did you guys see who has his own special on Fox tonight as we're streaming this live? Monday night, if you're catching it later on.
Who?
Lamar Odom.
Oh, God.
Yep.
Why?
That punk tried to kill me.
First of all, why would Dennis Hoff want to kill you?
I don't know, Harvey. I don't know. It's only what I can tell you. I went there. I didn't do drugs that night. I wound up with drugs in my system.
So wait a minute, there were stories out that you had taken cocaine the first night.
There was only one night, as far as I'm concerned. I got there, had the drink, and woke up 3 days later ripping tubes out of my neck, not knowing how I got there, unable to speak or walk.
And you are positive you did not do any drugs the night you OD'd?
As much as I'm positive I'm a black man sitting in front of you.
The hell?
Obviously, I have not watched it yet, as it is not aired in the West Coast yet. Yeah, it's a TMZ special about Lamar Odom. He claims that Dennis Hoff, the now deceased owner of the Love Ranch South in Pahrump, Nevada, as well as other brothels in Nevada, tried to kill him. Now, Dennis Hoff has been dead for a couple of years now. I'm gonna go out on a limb here, Lamar, and say that you probably did so many drugs that you just don't remember doing many drugs.
And any person that's had any experience with addicts or has been an addict themselves can tell you that they're not only is it true usually for themselves, but also tens of thousands of hundreds of thousands of millions of like other addicts where it starts off with one drink and then they don't remember anything else after it. like every single one I've ever met that is like part of any type of program has that story. Every single one.
Right.
So like get the fuck out of here, bro. Get the fuck out of here. Just goes to show has not learned a thing, if that's still the case.
I don't remember.
Look, all I can tell you is I didn't do drugs. And there was only one night for me. Yeah, because you blacked out because you did drugs. A lot of drugs.
I only snorted a line off her left titty.
By the way, why would Dennis Hoff want to kill him? He spent thousands and thousands of dollars there.
I got to tell you, you know why? Because he's dead.
But his estate is not.
Well,
they gave me cocaine through her nipple.
I mean, I'm guessing that's probably happened before.
Like the sad thing it's going to be is like there's going to be a video of him saying, "I'm taking all these drugs and I know I'm doing it." Look at me, I am of my right mind.
Yeah, I'm expecting that tomorrow from the estate of the late Dennis Hoff.
This is the whitest nipple I've ever seen.
Oh man, yeah. So, yeah, Fox Network, by the way, not Fox News, Fox Network, giving TMZ the free reign to do that. Boy, oh boy, oh boy. All right, let's do a quick Florida corner here. I don't have the Florida sound effect, but that's fine. You all know what it is. Going to Fort Lauderdale, Florida, where a latex-clad mistress presented an unusual proposal during a Florida City Council meeting back in December to scrap the proposed waste disposal contract and divert some of the funds to build a dungeon. The Fort Lauderdale City Commissioners were discussing a proposed $906,000 yard waste disposal contract when they called upon a woman who signed up to speak. The woman, identified only as Miss Crave, stepped up to the microphone, flanked by two others in tall stiletto boots, latex hoods, and reflective face shields. "Good evening, council peoples. You may call me mistress," she said. The mistress said she stood neutral regarding the contract, but claimed that council members supported the pricey deal to, quote, hide their secrets down the drain, such as the condom they used to cheat on their spouse. She suggested they use the $250,000 of that to support doms and subs in Broward County. For those unaware, dom is shorthand for a dominant in BDSM subculture, while sub is shorthand for submissive. I like how they explained that, but didn't explain what BDSM is or what subculture is. So, way to go, News Channel 8.
Well, we can explain this.
They didn't want to act like they knew too much about it.
Yeah.
She continued to build.
Nobody in the office, in the news office, wanted to admit, like, how do you do? Who does it? BDSM. I don't know.
Dude, I guarantee you there's two news photogs who know everything about it.
Oh, yeah, but they're not going to offer the information up.
No.
That's the thing. That's what I'm saying. Nobody's going to say it.
She said, to build the dungeon created by us and for us, or FUBU, a FUBU dungeon. I look forward to the lawsuit from Damon John. In closing, do not let this glamorous look distract you from your duty of to take my demand. I look forward to spanking each and every one of you at the new esteemed dungeon. After walking off, a council member dryly wished them a happy holidays. Also in Florida, and this is a double shot because a lady from Ohio, the Florida of the North, was vacationing in Florida and arrested for striking a uniformed cop squarely in the face with a plastic New Year's Eve top hat. Police were in St. Petersburg restaurant investigating a reported battery when Christy Etheridge, who's 49, allegedly committed a felony attack on a law enforcement officer. Cops say they were dispatched to the eatery, which was hosting a New Year's Eve party, to investigate a battery allegedly committed by her husband, William. As police questioned William, Christie continuously interjected herself into the conversation, prompting Officer Anthony Bragano to advise her to stop talking. Etheridge then, cops charged, became very upset and yelled, "Are you fucking kidding me?" She then threw plastic New Year's Eve top hat directly at the cop, hitting him squarely in the face, just above the eyes. Oh, you mean the forehead? Hit you in the forehead with her plastic New Year's Eve hat? The incident resulted in Etheridge's bust on a felony battery rap. She was also hit with a misdemeanor charge for allegedly resisting police attempts to handcuff her. Her husband was arrested after he tried to intervene as his wife was being taken into custody. Now, the arrest affidavits indicate that both defendants showed an indication of alcohol influence. She bonded out on $2,650. Her husband was charged with battery and resisting police, was freed on a $650 bond. According to their online profiles, they live in Columbus, Ohio, and operate a window shade company, so they're used to throwing shade.
That's it.
Oh, we've lost Jason. Oh, no.
Oh, he's back.
Oh, you're back? Okay, I'm flipping back.
Sorry, guys.
That's okay. It's all good.
You don't have to cry about it.
No, even though the dog, the dog doesn't have dander, I still am allergic to dogs, right? Like if I touch the dog and stuff like that, I still need to make sure to wash my hands. So when I touched the dog a little bit ago, and then I rubbed my eye.
Oh, that sounds like a terrible idea.
Yeah.
You got to make believe the dog is hot sauce.
Yeah, I know. I generally do, but I was on the podcast and I was like, I can hold. I won't touch my eye. I won't touch my face or anything like that. Then of course I did.
You sure did. All right. Meanwhile, having worked in the newsroom, I know that sometimes people get asked to do things they don't normally do, and everybody hates it. Everybody hates it, including this gentleman in Waterloo, Iowa, KWWL. Mark Woodley, the sports guy who normally does sports in the evening, was sent in the morning to cover weather.
Mark, how you feeling out there? Again, the same way I felt about 8 minutes ago when you asked me that same question, right? I normally do sports. Everything is canceled here for the next couple of days. So what better time to ask the sports guy to come in about 5 hours normally earlier than he would normally wake up, go stand out in the wind and the snow and the cold and tell other people not to do the same. I didn't even realize that there was a 3:30 also in the morning until today. It's absolutely fantastic, Ryan. You know, I'm used to these evening shows that are only 30 minutes long, and generally on those shows I'm inside. So this is a really long show. Tune in for the next couple hours to watch me progressively get crankier and crankier. How do I get that Storm Chaser 7 duty? I feel like Clint got the better end of that deal. You know, that thing's heated. The outdoors currently is not heated. Well, I'll tell you what, Ryan, I've got good news and I've got bad news. The good news is that I can still feel my face right now. The bad news is I kind of wish I couldn't. Can I go back to my regular job? I'm pretty sure, Ryan, that you guys added an extra hour to this show just because somebody likes torturing me, because compared to 2.5 hours ago, it is just getting colder and colder. Live in Waterloo for the last time this morning, thankfully, I'm Mark Woodley, News 7 KWWL.
Mark Woodley's video that he posted to Twitter has 7.9 million views.
Oh, yeah.
Those were all of his live hits from the morning show.
Yeah,
Get out
I
of
was
here.
Not happy about that.
Daddy, my Kiko.
No one wants to hear about your demands. Get out of here. Should have put her to bed before the show. Anyway, yeah. So he'll be fine. What did he get out of it? A lot of name recognition, which is more than I can say for our small town news guy here. Also in Iowa, a 19-year-old motorist who admitted to driving his Honda 120 miles per hour on an Iowa interstate told cops that he floored the vehicle because a good song came on the stereo. That's according to a court complaint after a witness called 911 to report a reckless driver was speeding and swerving all over the road. A sheriff's deputy spotted the suspect's vehicle as it flew past him at 100 miles per hour around 9:15 p.m. Now, when the car was subsequently pulled over more than 2 miles up Interstate 380, the driver, Nicholas Bernard, reportedly admitted to going 120 miles per hour at one point. He explained that he reached the top speed because a good song came on the stereo in his 2006 Honda Accord EX.
He must have been listening to Dreamweaver.
And that's a good pull. That's not what I would have called, but good pull. He was only facing a speeding citation when he opened up the glove box to retrieve his registration and insurance records. But as you can guess, he's not the smartest. A deputy spotted a large amount of marijuana in plain view in the glove compartment.
He was definitely listening to Dreamweaver.
A subsequent search of the vehicle turned up a smoking pipe and other drug paraphernalia. He was charged with a pair of misdemeanor drug counts and booked into the Johnson County Jail and was released the following morning. Apparently, the marijuana laws in Iowa not as liberal as they are here in California.
He was listening to it and swaying, and next thing you know, he was going 120 miles per hour. And he was singing out loud too.
Right? Oh boy, now I want to hear Dreamweaver. Hey, speaking of songs, before we go, did either of you guys see Spirited, the musical with Will Ferrell and
Yes.
Ryan Reynolds?
Yes.
Yeah, I saw parts of it. Yes,
And
it was on. It was on.
And what are your thoughts, Kareem? Did you enjoy it?
No. Yes and no.
Jason, did you enjoy it?
From what I saw, it seemed all right. I was surprised at one point. I was like, wait, what? I was like, what? What did that just happen? I liked what I saw. Chris said she enjoyed it, and the girls liked it.
Yeah. I should say I like the premise of it.
Well, yeah, the premise of it is a Christmas Carol.
Yeah, but the way they twist it.
Sure. No. I totally get that.
Yeah.
So what I will say to you is, good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
If you haven't seen Spirited, you won't understand that reference. If you have, good afternoon. All right.
Or you just say good afternoon. Still means the same thing. Still means the same thing.
I think you gotta say it with a little bit of pepper on there.
Anytime you say it, baby, it means it.
All right. Well, we've reached.
I don't say good afternoon unless I mean good afternoon.
There you go. Any final thoughts before we go, Jason?
Shit. I want to give a shout out to two things. First of Darn Tough Socks out of Vermont. I had ordered some for Chris for Christmas, and the person that delivered them from UPS, whatever, just threw them over and the dog threw them over the fence, and the dog got it. So like she had chewed one set of them up somewhat, a little bit, just very little bit, and then I couldn't find the other two, and I thought she'd swallowed them or ate them, right? Because she'd done that before. I sent them an email and just told them what happened. They said that if I sent them a picture of the dog, that they would send me a new pair.
Okay.
And they did.
Nice.
Before Christmas. Like, they got them here in less than, 7 days.
Nice.
Yeah, so Darned Tough Socks.
Yeah, that's a really good company. I've got a couple pair of their socks. Kareem, any final words?
2023 is all about me. So if you need anything, don't ask, because I'm only doing shit for Kareem in 2023.
You missed your chance. You missed your chance with the double twos. That's gonna be it. All right. I'm tired of being sick, is what I'm going to say. This having a kid in school is just nightmarish with the virus after 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 the virus. I'm tired of it.
Yeah. Yeah.
When does it end, Jason?
I mean, I don't know, bro. I don't know. I mean, all I can say is that I hope that Alma's, because she's been getting sick so often, that by the time she gets in kindergarten, won't be so much of a big deal, you know. But yeah, the mask came off this year, and CJ's gotten sick a bunch, and Alma's gotten sick a bunch.
Everybody in our house has been sick.
Yeah.
Since basically the 1st of October. Everybody in there's been at least one person, 1 to 4 people in our house sick, always.
Yeah. I mean, my whole family went through COVID in the end of October, so that's
the one thing that we didn't have. It's a virus. That's strep. Zeke had an ear infection. Yeah, it's all craziness. But anywho, hopefully 2023 means we will be taking fewer breaks from the podcast and doing it more frequently. Looking forward to seeing you gentlemen in person next week.
Okay.
Hopefully the weather is better and we can be out doing that and meeting up at the studios for all of that jazz. But in the meanwhile, thank you everybody for listening and for checking out the WTH podcast. We do appreciate you and your support, and we will catch you next time.